Once upon a time, in a village, there lived a boy named Neil. Neil was kind and smart, but he had one big problem. He always wasted time. He would say, I'll do it later, when his mother asked him to help. He would say, there's still time, when his teacher gave homework. Days passed, and Neil didn't change his attitude. His parents warned him, Neil, don't waste time. It never comes back. But Neil just smiled and said, don't worry, I have all the time in the world. One day, Neil walking to the village when he saw an old man sitting beside a small shop. He looked wise with a long white beard. On his table, there were clocks of all shapes and sizes. Big clocks, small clocks, golden clocks, and wooden ones. Curious Neil stopped and asked the old man, why do you have so many clocks? The old man smiled and said, these clocks are not just for time, they are for life. Neil laughed. What do you mean? They just tick and talk. The man gently handed him a small broken clock and said, this clock doesn't work anymore, just like the time you waste. It can never move again. Neil looked at the clock and felt something in his heart. I don't understand, he said softly. The man replied, let me tell you something, child. Time is your best friend if you use it well. But if you ignore it, it becomes your biggest enemy. Neil went home with the broken clock in his hand. That night, he could not sleep. He kept looking at the clock that never moved. He thought about all the things he had not done. Books he did not read, help he did not give, dreams he did not chase. The next morning, Neil woke up early, cleaned his room, did his homework, and even helped his mother in work. Day by day, he began using his time wisely. He made a schedule, focused on his goals, and started living with purpose. Months passed, and everyone in the village saw the change in Neil. He became one of the brightest students in school, helped many people, and followed his dreams. Years later, when Neil became a successful teacher, he kept that same broken clock on his desk. Whenever his students asked why he kept a clock that didn't work, he would smile and say, because it reminds me time never waits. So don't waste time. The moral of the story: time is a gift. Once it passes, you can never get it back. Use it well, and it will change your life.